Hey, welcome back, Algebra 2 students. Today we're looking at the SBA review. So you have SBA coming up, 11th graders, very soon. So we're going to go over some stuff that you may have forgotten from algebra or from geometry so that you're a little bit more prepared to do your test. Okay, so for the first one, we have a hexagon and we have sides labeled with constants and variables. So what it's asking us to do is represent the perimeter. So it doesn't matter which numbers you put where, but I'm going to start at 19 plus 14x, and I'm going to go around counterclockwise, plus 9 plus 4x plus 5x. So it's just saying if we're to find our perimeter, what we do, well, we just add up all the sides. Okay, the second part is simplify, so we're just going to combine our like terms. So 19 plus 9 is 28, and then 14 plus 4 plus 5 is 1823x. Okay, that's it. Now for the second one, it's asking us about circumference. So it's also telling us to use 3.14 as an approximation for pi. So the circumference is equal to 2 pi r, or pi times the diameter. So we have 24 as our diameter. Remember, the diameter is the line that crosses through the center and goes from one side of the circle to the other side. So it's just going to be 24 times 3.14, which is 75.36. Okay, on to number 3. So this is a practice in estimation and statistics. So when we're talking about statistics, it's always good to get a good sample. And when we're talking about sampling, we're talking about if you're trying to find out information about a certain group of people, we have to make sure we take a diverse look at that group of people in order to extrapolate data. So it's saying we're trying to estimate seniors who plan to attend a four-year college. So when we do our sample, we have to make sure that we survey seniors. So that's the first part of this question. So you're going to have 3 options. Make sure you survey the set of people that is being represented or that we're trying to find information of. If it were freshmen who plan to attend the four-year college, that wouldn't be as good a set of data because we're trying to identify the seniors. Okay, so they're saying, all right, well then there's 25 seniors and 13 of them plan to attend a four-year college. So from your survey or however you got this information, you got 25 seniors, which is good, right? Because it matches what we're trying to look for. And it says that 13 out of 25 plan to attend the four-year college. So if we do 13 out of 25, that gives us a good ratio of people. Now, as you get higher and higher into statistics type stuff and you start doing real stats, they say that a good sample size is about 30 people or larger. But if you just have 25, then that's close enough. We can use that to estimate. Okay, so for part B is asking us, okay, well, there's 450 seniors total. Estimate how many will attend college. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this ratio here, and we're going to multiply it up by 450. And that's going to give us approximately how many people, if the data is good that we collected, are planning to go to college. So 13 divided by 25 times 450 is 234 seniors. All right, always good to go back and check. Does that make sense? Does it seem reasonable? Yeah, so 13 out of 25 is like a little bit more than half, right? So out of 450 seniors, 234 seniors, yeah, I'm pretty sure that the math is correct because that's about half of 450. Okay, so remember when we're doing estimations like this and we're using statistics, the number is not going to be exact all the time. In fact, it'll almost never be exact, but it does help us to get an idea, a rough estimate of what we're looking for. Okay, on to the next one. So in our table, we have a table of different crusts and how many pizzas were sold with that crust. So we have thin, thick, stuffed, and pan. So it's asking us from the table, determine of the next 4,000 pizzas, how many are going to be stuffed crust. So remember, when we're doing this, we have to do the number of stuffed over the total pizzas sold. Okay, so if we add all these numbers up, then we end up with 308 plus 232 plus 156 plus 344 is 1040 over the stuffed crust is 156. And then if we're trying to see how many of those we're gonna sell in the next 4,000 pizzas, we multiply that ratio by 4,000. So times 4,000 is 600. Okay, again, that's just an estimation, but if you're running a business, you'd hate to get like 1,000 sets of stuffed crust, things to make stuffed crust, because you're expecting for you to sell 1,000 of them when you're only going to sell 600, and in the meantime, your stuffed crust ingredients are just going to like sit on the shelf and get bad, right? So it's good to have a rough estimate of how many pizzas you're going to sell, because then you're going to know how much ingredients to buy. Okay, the next one shows a list of distances ran by separate people. So we have 3, 15, 14, 10, 14, 20, 14, 17, 9, and 9. And all we're going to do is write the number of runners in each category. So distance 1 through 5, there was 1. 6 to 10 would be 1, 2, 3. 11 to 15 would be 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 16 to 20 would be 2. And another way they might represent this would be using a bar graph or a histogram, right? So they might say 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 11 to 15, 16 to 20, and then 2, 3, 4. So 1 through 5 would be 1, 6 to 10 would be 3, 11 to 15 would be 4, and then 16 to 20 would be 2. Right, so stuff that you guys probably worked in elementary and middle school. Okay, so that's it for review. Hopefully it helps you to remember some stuff that you may have forgotten or haven't thought about in a while, so you're more prepared for your SBA. Okay, good job.